Welcome to a taste of Shabbos and a taste of Chanukah, all in one taste. Thank you, Torah Anytime, for sharing the light of Torah on Chanukah all across the globe. We read of Yosef every year when we greet the Yom Tov of Chanukah. Yom Tov of Chanukah is Mahadran min Mahadran. We want to make a beautiful Yom Tov with a beautiful menorah. And Yosef was a beautiful person. And the Greeks represented beauty. But the beauty that they represented was only skin deep, was external beauty. Yosef represented an integrated sense of beauty, a wholesome beauty, an inner beauty, Toho Kabaro, all the way through. Gemara in Yuma says that Yosef is Machayev, handsome people. That if a person ever says, I really would like to be an Oved Hashem, I'd like to serve Hashem properly, but I'm too handsome, I'm too beautiful, I have too much of a Yetzer Hara. Hashem will come and say, no one was more beautiful than Yosef HaTzadik. And he served Hashem loyally, faithfully, and beautifully, with totality. You need to as well. But even Yosef HaTzadik was challenged. There were moments that he was brought to Nisayon. And there seems to be a theme of what happened right before he fell into the Nisayon. In the beginning of the Parsha, when it says that Yosef was loved by his father Yisrael, first it says that Yosef hayaroa es echav batzon, he went to go shepherd his brothers with the sheep, shepherd with his brothers the sheep, v'hunar es b'nei Bilav es b'nei Zilpah. And he fraternized with the children of Bilhah and Zilpah. He had Rachmanas on them because they were not treated with the same honor, because they were the children of the Shvachos. But the Lashon Nar is telling us that Yosef was doing something boyish. He was 17 years old. What was he doing that was boyish? Torah tells us, Rashi brings, V'hunar shahaya osa ma'isa narus. Yes, indeed, he did something that was for a youngster to do, someone without maturity. What's that? Mesakin b'sairo. He was playing with his hair. Mashmesh be'einav. Also, he rubbed his eyes. He was playing with his beauty. Immediately afterwards, we see that he has the dreams, and he's hated by his brothers. V'lo yachlu dabru l'shalom. They're not able to speak with him peacefully. And we know the narrative that he sold down into Egypt after being thrown into a pit. And when he gets to Egypt, he's there in the house of Potiphar, and it looks like it couldn't get worse, and all of a sudden it gets better. Vayi Hashem imo. Everything that Yosef touches turns to gold. Everything he does is beautiful. And he's getting appointed higher. He's an Ish Matzliach. And anything he does is appreciated. Ki Hashem ito, Hashem is with him, and he says the name of Hashem wherever he goes. However, the test came back. There's another Nisayon. The Torah hints and says, by the way, Yosef's very, very handsome and very beautiful to look at. Rashi says here that again he was lured. Kivan shero atzmo moshel, when he saw that he was being elevated to a point of oversight, it went to his head. However that happened. Hischil ochel v'shosa misalsel b'saro. He started eating and drinking and playing with his hair again. What's this about playing with the hair? Why is Yosef playing with his hair? And then immediately following playing with his hair, it says that Eshes Potiphar aimed to seduce him. And again, he's going to be thrown into jail, into a pit. What's the Torah trying to tell us when it says that he was playing with his hair? So perhaps one can say that the person, the personality, the personage that's represented by hair in the Torah is none other than Yosef's father's brother, Esav. Esav, we know when he came out, Vayetze kulo ka'aderes se'ar, he came out cloaked in a full bed of hair. Perhaps what the Torah is telling us is that when Yosef seemed to sway into the camp and the thought and the lifestyle even a little bit like Esav, Hashem said, Yosef, that's not who you are. You need to hold on to your own self, where you come from, and who you need to be. Which, says Rav Wolbe, is the message of Chanukah as well. We get so excited about the miracle of oil, and we should. But in reality, says Rav Wolbe, it says in Avos that there were 10 miracles that took place every day in the Beis HaMikdash. We expect miracles in the Beis HaMikdash. So why are we so excited when there's a miracle in the Beis HaMikdash? Simple. Because we lost the miracles in the Beis HaMikdash. And this is a return to something miraculous in the Beis HaMikdash. Why did we lose the miracles in the Beis HaMikdash? The Bach writes, says in the name of the Maharam Rutenberg, I believe, because the Kohanim somehow displayed a laxity, a hisrashlis in their avodah. And since there was a laxity in their intensity of the avodah, therefore the miracles went away. In a sense, you use it or you lose it. If you don't use your muscles, they atrophy. And if you don't do the mitzvahs properly, you lose the opportunity. So Rav Wolbe says, did you ever see a child walking down the street with his parent, but the child doesn't want to hold the parent's hand? So the child breaks away from the parent until the parent says, come back, hold my hand. Says that's what happened on Chanukah. On Chanukah, the Kohanim and Klal Yisrael, the Misyavnim, ran away from their parent in heaven. They ran away and they weren't holding on. They were behaving like the Greeks. And Hashem says you have to hold on with two hands. Chizuk ha'avoda. When Yosef started acting Maisa Naros, when he started acting like his uncle Esav, Hashem said, no way. Hold on with two hands. You got to know who you are. My Rebbe once said, it's not even by accident that Chanukah falls out generally in the Goyish season in the Western world, where the rest of the world has their holiday as well. And there are too many Jews that feel that they're missing out on the folly and the jolly, Rahman al-Itzlan, of the world around them. And Chanukah reminds us to hold on to the Mizbeach, Chanukah's HaMizbeach, with two hands, and don't let go. When Yosef didn't let go, he rises to the top, becomes Mishneh LaMelech, and eventually will have Mashiach ben Yosef. So too, in the time of Chanukah, when the Kohanim held on tight with two hands, miracles took place. The miracle of the milchama, the miracle of the oil, and the commonwealth. The Beis HaMikdash was restored for almost another 200 years. May we take this opportunity of Shabbos Chanukah to be mechazek ourselves and each other, to not be lured into the behaviors and the practices of surrounding cultures, but to celebrate the beauty therein and not be lured by the beauty that is external. Good Shabbos, on Shabbos, a Freilich and a Chanukah, and may we be able to celebrate seeing the menorah lit in the third Beis HaMikdash soon in our days. Amen.